Yes, it's one of the most iconic cars of all time. Well, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but the Subaru WRX is definitely one of the all-time greats. It pretty much reignited the sport of rallying back in the 1990s, following the crazy Group B rally days. Now in its 5th generation, the nameplate wants a slice of the modern hot hatch pie, but it's also here to remind us of its legendary status. After all, no other car manufacturer has been building the same turbo all-wheel drive recipe quite like Subaru. Not in terms of an attainable and practical package like this. Here we're testing out the RS variant, which sits in the middle of the range, below the STI-inspired TS. All-wheel drive of course continues, and there's a mechanical limited slip centre differential to sort out the power. Ground clearance is measured at 135mm, which is about the same as the Hyundai i30N hot hatch. But here the skirting and front spoiler are scrape friendly. The RS gets a set of gunmetal grey 18-inch alloy wheels, wrapped in Dunlop SP Sport Max GT tyres. These measure 245/40 front and back. You may have noticed the black plastic moulding around the wheel arches. Aside from making it look a bit more rugged and SUV-like, these are actually textured to assist with aerodynamics. We love the striking little vents behind the front wheels. They provide a pathway to release air within the wheel arch when the front suspension compresses. Subaru always does a great job when it comes to interior practicality, and the latest WRX is no different. The cabin is not only larger than most rivals, the arrangement of controls, storage spots, and overall ergonomics are fantastic. These sport seats in the front offer a good mix of comfort and body-grabbing support. And there's plenty of adjustment to find an ideal driving position. Even the steering column offers plenty of adjustment. Rear seat accommodation is pretty good, although it's disappointing there are no climate vents in the back of the console. Instead, the RS model comes with heated outer seats. Twin charging ports are at hand though, and enough cup and bottle holders to keep everyone happy. You've got a decent boot at the back, good enough to pack for a weekend away or carry the weekly shopping. And this example shows off the awesome plastic mat which is fully moulded to suit. Underneath it you'll find a slightly narrower steel spare wheel, compared with the alloys. One of the biggest changes for this new model is the introduction of Subaru's FA24 2.4-litre turbo flat-4 engine. It has been in use overseas in other models for a few years now, but here it is in its most powerful tune. The bore is larger compared with the old FA20, resulting in a favourable over-square bore and stroke ratio. The engine is actually pretty similar to the FA24D used in the BRZ and Toyota GR86 as well, but those are obviously not turbocharged. Peak power is up by around 5 kilowatts compared with the old 2-litre, but torque remains unchanged at 350 Nm. In our opinion, the engine should produce more torque, especially for this capacity, because instead it relies on short ratio gearing. It still feels very punchy in the corners, and it matches well with the fun and predictable handling. The manual gearshift action is noticeably improved compared with past models too. In fact, we tried a heap of acceleration runs using various takeoff methods, and not once did we miss shift. This is what it goes like.